Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego, and we're back for more free information on how to process a K1 visa. I promised you yesterday we would come back for another live stream, maybe today or tomorrow, but it's going to be today, Thursday, May 9th, 2024. Tomorrow's Friday. I'm taking the day off, okay? Tomorrow is the day off for Karina and I. We're going to probably go, I don't know, we're going to go do something, but we're not going to be uh, hanging around the house because Karina, she worked hard all day today, cleaning the house. And I worked in the yard most of the morning. So I got the yard done, and Karina, she got the house cleaned up. Well, it wasn't dirty, but she did. She likes to do her thing. And now it's time for a live stream, and I'm going to give you all the answers to your green card question processing. I'm going to give you the answers to all your K1 visas that you're trying to process. You don't know how to do it. I'm going to get you through it. If you don't know how to process a K1 visa, I will teach you how to do it for free. If you don't know how to process a green card application, I will help you do it for free. If you don't know how to process a spousal visa, I will help you for free. If you don't know how to do a tourist visa, come on. This is the place to be. Now, I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't work for USCIS. I don't give you any legal advice. I don't work for the government. And I don't work for any of those companies that charge you lots of money to process green cards and K1 visas. But I do have 9 years of experience. I have 9 years of experience, and I give it to you. I take all this information and I dump it into the channel for you, and you take it and you use it. And Christy Garcia, hola Diego y Karina. Hola Christy, ¿cómo estás? ¿Tú bien? ¿Te gusta mi sombrero? Karina compra esta para mí en Bogotá.
Cartagena.
Cartagena. Esta otra en Bogotá. Esta, lo siento, esta en Bogotá. Karina compra esta para mí en Cartagena. Es cerca de playa. Muy clima muy caliente. In Florida also, it's really hot here. I mean, Karina's like, she's like, man, it's hot here. It's so hot. I said, it's not Bogota. In Bogota, we're up in the mountains and we're cold. I'm like this in Bogota, right? And it's raining. Now I'm like sweating, and Karina's like, it's hot. I said, it's Florida. Melis Ghana, hello, good evening to you and your beautiful wife, sending love from Texas, the great state of Texas. Melis and Christy, and you got to help me. You got to help me. You got to tell me where you guys are located. I can't remember. I try to remember, and but sometimes I fail. My memory is good, but sometimes I forget. But Karina's she's my administrative assistant. She keeps me in check. Okay, so I'm wearing my hat today. And I watched Karina barter for this hat. We were in Cartagena in the west coast of Colombia in February of 2022. And I think the guy wanted $8 for the hat. And Karina, she talked him down to $4.97 in pesos. And I'm standing on the sidewalk watching her. And she's a great capitalist. And she's like, no, I'm not paying that. It's too much. And she just negotiated, and she got the price down. And then she paid him in cash. And she gave me the hat. It's great. I love it. Christy Garcia, muy bonito tu sombrero. Gracias. Diego, great news. My fiance from Malta. Malta. I lived in Malta. I've been to Malta for 3 times. And I lived in Malta for 2 years. He got approved. So Christy Garcia gets a Mountain Dew salute for her fiance from Malta getting approved. Malta. I used to live in Slima, right near the water. And all the houses in Malta, the roofs are all flat. The techa is esta. The roofs, there's no this, it's all flat. And I used to go up to the roof of the place where I used to live with my mom and dad, and I used to get sunbathing, okay? And I would go swimming at Golden Bay in Malta, and I would go swimming at some kind of it was like limestone place. It's all limestone with rocks, and that's where my dad taught me how to swim. I was like I was about 9 or 10 years old, and my dad said, today you're going to learn how to swim. I said, okay, how do we do that? And he picks me up and he throws me in the water, and it's 100 feet deep. I mean, I was looking down and I could see the bottom because the water is so clear in Malta. And I'm in 100-foot deep water with starfish and angelfish swimming around. And I learned how to swim pretty quick. Boom, just like that. My dad said, see, I told you would learn how to swim. I learned how to swim in Malta. Christy Garcia says he will be traveling to the United States in 2 weeks. We are also in Texas. Well, Christy, you get a double Mountain Dew salute because of being from Malta, okay? I went to Malta on vacation in 1996. I went to Malta on vacation in 1973, 74. And I lived in Malta from 1971 and 1972. I tell you what, I could live in Malta. I mean, I could live in that country. It's a little island in the Mediterranean Sea. It's south of Sicily, Italy, and it's north of, I think, Libya. It's a beautiful country. But this channel is about K1 visas. This channel is about green cards. And I need your questions. I'm going to take Karina to Malta on vacation, okay? I would retire to Malta in a heartbeat. I would. But, you know, it is what it is. Priyanka, hello, Diego and Karina, and Tokyo. ¿Dónde Tokyo, mío? Okay, Tokyo is back there sleeping. Ever since the climate has got warmer, because we're in the springtime, Tokyo hasn't been charging around the house as much as he normally does. Now he's just lazing around the house. He's just lazy because he's hot, because it's warm in Florida. K Messenger, hola Diego and Karina, ¿cómo está? Muy bien. ¿Ustedes qué tal la cola in Florida? Yeah, it's like I'm getting pretty much suntanned, right? Today I was out in the yard, but I got real early and I was in the yard doing yard work. I mean, I cut the grass and I edged around the fence line and everything, and it was it took me about an hour or so. But I got a lot of sun. Karina made me wear a hat. She said, "You're going to wear a hat because the sun is not good for your head." So okay. So I wore a hat. It was my Colombian hat. I wore my bowl cap from Colombia, which the landlord gave me our landlord in Colombia gave me as a gift when we left Colombia, because we lived in Colombia for 2.5 years. I did. I was back and forth. I was renting an apartment in Colombia, in Bogota, and we got this house here. And then we said goodbye to Colombia. And the landlord was sad that we left. Senor Fernando was muy triste because we were, not only did we pay the rent on time, but he liked Karina. He liked us as a family. Okay. He got mad at Tokyo sometimes because Tokyo would knock his flowers over and climbed up in the roof of his. He had this like 4-story apartment complex. He was like the Donald Trump of Bogota. Senor Fernandez, the Donald Trump of Bogota. Okay. He owns apartment complexes. He owns stores, supermarkets, souvenir shops. He's like the Trump of Bogota. And it was good living there. And the rent was real cheap. And because he knew he was going to get paid every month, he kept the rent low. So it was very, very inexpensive because he knew I was taking care of a house here in Florida plus a house in Colombia. Plus he knew I was going to get married to Karina, and we were just waiting on the visa. So there we go. So what have you guys been up to? Have you been getting any progress with your K1 visas, your work permits, your green cards? Have you received biometrics appointments? Do you have any questions on where to mail your green card application? If you tell me what state you live in, I can write the address down for you and tell you where you need to send your green card application. Okay, now the biometrics there's a process for biometrics in the United States. You don't schedule the biometrics. Immigration schedules the biometrics when you pay for your green card. You pay $1,440 for the green card, and it includes the price of the biometrics. Immigration will schedule the biometrics. And like Karina, she went to New Orleans. I drove her to New Orleans, and we had the weekend out of it. She got to get her biometrics done. It took 5 hours to get there for a 5-minute process. 5-hour drive for 5 minutes. So we said, okay, if it's only going to take 5 minutes, we're going to stay here for the weekend. And I took her to Bourbon Street, and she went into the Hard Rock Cafe, etc. Denise Jefferson. Hello, Diego and Karina. We sent off for the adjustment of status. Joint documents include medical and car insurance, joint banking, credit, mem cards, car title, phone bill, social security number, marriage photos. We forgot old photos. No, I don't. Sounds to me like, Denise, you have been watching the videos we made for green card applications, because you basically included everything in your green card application that I put in the videos. So you get a Mountain Dew salute for getting your green card application in the mail. Now, I hope you sent it by FedEx or UPS or DHL. I hope you didn't mail it in the post service. And I hope you included in your green card application Form G1145, so that when immigration receives your green card package, your husband's green card application, they will send you a text message telling you they received it. If you forgot the old photos, don't worry about it. It's all good. Don't worry about it. As long as you included new photos of you guys together. You forgot the old photos, but you included did you include new photos of you guys in America? Did you put photos of you guys together with family or whatever, friends in the United States? That's very important. And the marriage certificate, you included that, right? Okay, so you included marriage photos, perfect. You included the car insurance. What about, you included the G1145. Congrats, good job. And you sent it via UPS. Good job. And photos of the marriage. Good job. Good job. Okay. So now, Denise, what you're going to do is, if you put together, it sounds like you put together a very, very strong green card application. Hopefully you don't have to go to any more scary visa interviews. Hopefully with your green card application, what's going to happen is immigration's going to open it. I think it probably, where you live in Utah, so it probably went to Phoenix, Arizona. You probably sent it to Phoenix, Arizona, I think. They will open it, and then they will process your green card package, and hopefully they just mail you the green card in the mail, so you don't have to go to another visa interview. Okay, correct. There you go. So it went to Phoenix, Arizona. So in about 4 or 5 months, you should get the green card. Okay, good job, Denise Jefferson. We are happy for you. You've done everything. You've gone and done everything you can possibly do. Now, the only thing you got to do is focus on keep collecting evidence. Listen, Denise, listen to me. You got to keep collecting evidence for the 10-year green card. Okay, so you're waiting for the 2-year green card. It's a probationary green card. That's great, but you got to keep collecting evidence for the 10-year green card. Make sure your husband is on the bills, the water bill, the trash bill, whatever, the phone bill. And you say he's on the bank, right? So when the bank statements start coming in with him as a joint owner, keep those bank statements, keep them for the 10-year green card. It's 24 months minus 3 months. So you look at the issue date. When you get the 2-year green card, you look at the issue date on the 2-year green card, and you're going to subtract 3 months from that. That's when you're going to apply for the 10-year green card, okay? 3 months before the 2-year green card expires, you must apply for the 10-year. Okay, don't go past 24 months. If you wait 25 months and apply for the 10-year green card, there's going to be problems with immigration. You got to file for it 3 months before or 90 days before the 2-year green card expires. With basically what you're going to do is you're going to repeat everything you did for the 2-year green card, but you're going to include a ton more evidence showing you guys have been together for 2 years. Get you a folder, put it in your back room there somewhere in your office or whatever, and start collecting your evidence. If you take a trip together somewhere, keep the boarding passes. If you go on a bus trip, if you go spend a weekend somewhere in Las Vegas, if you go somewhere on vacation, keep all that information, because you're going to put it in your 10-year green card application. All right, Denise, you got it? That way you don't have any issues at the 10-year green card part. Okay? Authorized. Hello, Diego and Karina. How much time does USCIS take to respond to an RFE? 3 to 6 weeks for to 7 weeks, 3 to 6 weeks, 4 to 7 weeks, somewhere in there, depending on how busy they are. It depends how busy they are. K Messenger. When we entered the United States, the immigration officer made a comment that you can travel after you get married without the parole. Don't do that. I never heard of this. It's not correct. What are my thoughts? Don't do it. You can't do that. You can travel within the United States. Okay? You can travel within the United States of America without advance parole. Corinne and I, we're going to go to Vegas. We're going to go to Nevada. We're going to go to Arizona. In August, we're going to go to Arizona, Nevada. Maybe we'll take a trip up to Utah. Okay? But we're not leaving America until Corinne is a U.S. citizen. So probably what the immigration officer was trying to tell you was that you can travel internally within America, but don't leave America. That's what my thoughts are. I'll repeat it. When you get in the United States of America and you get married, don't leave America. Don't do it. Stay in the United States. You can go on vacation when you get a 2-year green card. You can leave America with an advance parole if you want to. Okay? But I don't recommend you do that. You can leave America and go back home with an advance parole document, but you better have evidence that you are an American. You're married to an American and you are a resident of the United States, because if you come back to America with advance parole and you cannot prove that you have got your name on the rent, on the deed to the house, on the car title, on the electric bill, water bill, gas bill, if you can't prove you are a resident in the United States, the Border Patrol officer can block you from coming back home. Okay? My advice is this: come to America, get married, stay in the United States until at least you get your 10-year green card. At least stay here two years, and then get a 10-year green card, and then go back home and visit family. Okay? Denise Jefferson says, correct. K Messenger, do not leave the United States after you get married without advance parole. That's a big mistake. That will get you in trouble. Well, it won't get the American citizen in trouble. It will get the beneficiary. The beneficiary won't be able to will not be able to re-enter America. They won't let you back in. Let's see. Doug Langford. Hi, Diego and Karina. Where did you guys get the background check in Bogota? Are you talking the Interpol police certificate or the police certificate? What are you talking about? What background check are you looking for? Are you looking for the Interpol police certificate, or are you looking for the Colombian police certificate? Matt Berner, interview in 6 days in Bogota. Matt Berner gets a Mountain Dew salute for scheduling a K1 visa interview in Bogota. And Doug Langford, yes, Interpol. I have made a video on your channel, on how to get an Interpol police certificate in Colombia. Google Diego Ross Interpol. Okay? It will take you to the video. It's about, 5 minutes. It will explain everything to you in a video in 5 minutes. And you have the answers, everything you need to know about an Interpol police certificate. I made a video about it. So I recommend you look it up and watch it. There you go. Thumbs up from Doug. Let me see here. Congratulations, Matt Berner, for your interview in Bogota. And don't forget, when you go to when your beneficiary goes to the interview, business casual clothes and relaxed. Okay, don't be panicking, don't be stressing it. It's not difficult, but wear business casual. Don't go in there like this is an interview for a job. K Messenger, Francois Livingston. Hey, Francois is in the house. Good evening, Diego and Karina, my beautiful wife from Venezuela. And Karina went through her K1 visa interview in Bogota, Colombia on November 16th, 2023. And for the folks who are new to the channel, we got married on January 14th, 2024. I accompanied Karina from Bogota, Colombia to Miami on January 3rd, 2024. And I didn't have to sweat a connecting flight because I rented an SUV. And we drove from Miami all the way up and then across to here in Santa Rosa County, near Pensacola. Francois, Diego, you missed authorized question. I answered it. I answered the question I answered authorized question. He asked how long does it take to respond to an RFE? And I said it takes between 3 to 5 weeks or 4 to 7 weeks. It all depends on the workload at USCIS. K Messenger, it was an unsolicited comment. Very interesting. Well, let me tell you about the unsolicited comment that came out of that Border Patrol officer's mouth. Okay? Don't leave the United States without a 2-year or a 10-year green card. Don't even apply for advanced parole. You want to spend $630 on advanced parole, and then there's a possibility you could be blocked from re-entering the United States with an advanced parole. It could. It's happened before. Somebody was I think they were from Mexico. They went back to Mexico. They got married. They went back to Mexico with an advanced parole, and then the Border Patrol wouldn't let them back in. I don't know what happened to them, but that was a year and a half ago. Francois, sorry, YouTube interrupted the live chat. Well, that's what they do. I mean, YouTube give us this platform for free, right? So I put the channel together. It was Karina's idea. We were in Villa de Leyva in Colombia, which is central Colombia. We went to Villa de Leyva. What for? ¿Cuántos días?
Una semana.
Well, we went to Villa de Leyva for a week, and we went to Villa de Leyva. We went from Bogota to central Colombia to Villa de Leyva, and I kept the bus tickets, and I put those bus tickets in with the green card application, or for the K1, whichever one, the green card application, and we went to this hotel, and we were knocking on there was nobody home. Here I'm fixing to spend money in Villa de Leyva, okay? I'm fixing to spend some serious cash here to show Karina around Villa de Leyva. Well, she's going to show me around. Actually, she knows Colombia. And they wouldn't answer the freaking door. So we went down the street, and there was another hotel, and we went in there, and they said, Buenas venidas. I said, hey, you guys got any room? You got a room for at least a week? They said, yeah, which one you want? I said, great. So we picked our room, and we stayed in Villa de Leyva for a week, and we're walking around, and Karina said, we went in Villa de Leyva, we went everywhere. We went to an ostrich farm. We went to a house made out of terracotta, the only house in the world made of terracotta. We went to these lakes that were pure blue water, azul de po, right there. We went to the history. We went to the house of Antonio Nariño, who was famous in Colombia. We had a great time. And Karina said, we were in Villa de Leyva, and Karina said, why don't you put a YouTube channel together for immigration? Let's help people. Here we are. K Messenger, we have no plans on applying for advanced parole. We intend on applying for a visa for a hire my fiance's mother from the Philippines. There you go. Guys, advanced parole is $630. That's a lot of money. And then there's a good chance that the Border Patrol may not let you return back to the United States with advanced parole. Yes and no. It's a 50-50 shot. Okay? Don't do it. Just wait for your green card. Wait for your 10-year green card before you travel. Denise Jefferson, Diego, we also filed for the employment authorization document. The application was standard and very light. 46 days was inspiring. Yeah, that's Karina. It took 46 days for Karina to get her work permit approved. So what happens is this. Denise, you applied for the green card. You applied for the work permit. In about a week or so, you'll get a letter from immigration. And in the letter, it's going to say, on May, whatever, we received your, let me read the right form. Denise, this is what's going to happen. You're going to get a letter from immigration that says on May, whatever, we scheduled you for a biometrics appointment and sent you an appointment notice. And then they will include a receipt number. They will send you a letter separately saying that we have received your application for work permit. So you're going to get two separate receipt numbers, okay? Denise, you're going to get two separate receipt numbers, one for the green card and one for the work permit. Two separate letters. Letter's going to come in the mail, another letter's going to come in the mail, and you're going to open both letters. One's going to be for the green card, one's going to be for the work permit. In those letters, there's going to be a receipt number starting with IOE. 99% of the time, it's going to be IOE, then the receipt number. Use that receipt number to check your status online. What's the status of my green card? What's the status of my work permit? Okay. Yesterday, I think, or on 2 days ago, I went on I got the receipt number for Karina. I went into the online. I looked up her case number, her receipt number for her work permit, and it says approved. 46 days. That's how quick it is. Carlos Taylor. Let me see. What documents were part of Karina's employment authorization document? Okay, Denise, a photograph of her face, because her photo is going to go on the work permit. The work permit is basically a temporary green card. There's no difference between them. When the work permit comes in the mail, okay, it's going to be a green card, but it's going to be but it's a work permit. When Karina's green card comes in the mail, that's going to be the green card. So we included a photo, a passport photo for the work permit, a passport photo for the green card, and basically we just filled out the form for the work permit, and Karina signed it. That was it. And her status, you make sure you put the correct status on the work permit application. It's very easy. There was no other paperwork, and then the work permit was included with the green card application. So all the evidence for the green card application was applied to the work permit. So they look at our green card application and they saw that she's got the title to the car, she's on the deed to the house, electric bill, water bill, blah. We got pictures together going back 4 years, our vacations together, our trip to all these trips we took, everything. Her work permit got approved. It's going to come in the mail, and it's going to look just like a green card. So the most important thing is you include the work permit application with your green card application, but you separate them in separate binders, separate file folders. I don't know if I got one here. Like this, for example. This is a blue work file folder, right? So this was Karina's green card application, and then a smaller file was her work permit and her photo. Okay, so that's how that works. Put them together and mail it off, and then you're going to get two separate letters, one for the work permit and one for the green card. So you're going to get one for the work permit, one for the green card, and then you're going to have receipt numbers on these two letters, and you can check the receipt numbers to find out what's going on and what's the status. So what documents were part of Karina's EAD? Just the paperwork for the work permit and a photograph, passport photo. That was it. Nothing else. And she signed it. And we put it in a blue folder, and I put on the front, this is an application for a work permit. And then that went in with the green card application. I'm not going to repeat everything for the green card application for the work permit. That's just triple work, okay? Carlos Taylor, good evening. My fiance has been trying to schedule her K1 interview for the last week in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, with no success. Is there something we should know about scheduling the interview? You got to keep looking. Sometimes an embassy will get real busy, okay? They're maxed up to here with K1 visa scheduling. So they closed the portal so you can't schedule a visa interview. It happened in Colombia in July of 2023. July 2023, Colombia said, we've had it up to here with K1s, we can't do anymore. So the MVC was holding onto the K1 visa applications that were approved by USCIS. For the whole month of July, the embassy in Bogota wouldn't accept any new K1 visa applications from the National Visa Center. August 1st, they opened it back up. So for the whole month of July, it added an extra 2 months to our wait time. Okay, because Karina we lived 20 minutes from the embassy. So she's calling the embassy, hey, what's going on? Why aren't you processing K1 visas? And they explained to her, we're busy. We're up to here. And in July, we're not going to take any new K1 visas. But in August, we'll start. The same thing happens in the Dominican Republic. It could be that for May, they just don't have enough work. They just don't have the people or the appointments available for scheduling a visa interview. So what you got to do, Carlos, is you got to relax and just keep looking, okay? And eventually you'll be able to get a spot, all right? You'll get one. You're going to get a visa interview, all right? You're going to get one. I promise you. But it just takes a little bit of time. K Messenger, once you have the 10-year green card, there's very little risk of an immigration officer to disapprove reentry. That's correct. You can get blocked with advanced parole. You can undergo massive interrogation with a 2-year green card if you've been out of the country for like 4 or 5 months. You're going to get interrogated. But when you got a 10-year green card, as long as you don't leave the country for a year, 365 days, or I would say 6 months to be safe, as long as you don't leave for 6 months from the United States, you're not going to have any problems with reentry. No, 10-year green card is like you're a legal resident. Let's suppose you got a 10-year green card and it accidentally expires. Oh man, I forgot to renew my freaking 10-year green card, right? Immigration is not going to be looking for you to hunt you down and deport you. You just go, oh man, I forgot to renew it. So you renew it. But if you have a 2-year green card and you don't renew, and if you don't renew the 2-year green card into a 10-year green card within 90 days of the 2-year green card expiring, immigration will hunt you down and deport you. 2-year green card's probationary. It's like you got an ankle bracelet around your foot, and immigration is tracking you for 2 years. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you guys living together? Immigration can come to your house at 5 o'clock in the morning, knock on the door, and say, "Hey, you guys home? You should be home together, right?" If immigration come to our house at 5 o'clock in the morning and knock on the door, Karina and I will get out of bed and go, "Yeah, what do you want? Man, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. We're just checking. We're just making sure you guys are here." Well, yeah, duh, we're here. They can do it. For 2 years, you've got to be on your best behavior. You better be in a real relationship, because you are tiptoeing around on eggshells for 21 months. But when you get your 10-year green card, immigration is going to leave you alone. They're not going to bother you. You're good. Let me see here. What should we know about scheduling the interview, Carlos Taylor? Keep looking. Just keep looking. That's what you got to do. K Messenger, once you have the 10-year green card, there's very little risk of immigration officer disapprove reentry. It's like 0%. That's correct, man. Thank you, and Karina and Diego. Your efforts are very much appreciated. K Messenger, we're here for you. This process is difficult, right? And it's not an easy thing to do. I've been through it before. I got 9 years of experience, okay? And I know exactly how this process works. I can write a K1 visa package in my sleep. I can put a green card package together in my sleep. And I know what immigration is looking for, and I know where the problems are, and I know the mistakes that people make. And I try to steer you away from making those stupid mistakes, so you don't get any problems with your visa processing, so you guys can get together, get reunited, and get married. Francois Livingston, you and Karina have had quite an adventurous journey. Yeah. Woo, tell me about it. Karina, eternal thank you for your brilliant idea to start the channel. Karina understands what you're saying in English. I and so many will always be thankful for the guidance and support. After an attorney told me that he was going to charge me $450 for a consult, which was 5-minute phone call, I said thanks, but no thank you. Went on YouTube, found your channel by chance, and here I am 2 years later, still here. And Francois, you're right this close to getting that NOA2 letter. And then you're going to get the visa interview, and then you're going to get married, and then you're going to show your new husband around New York, take him up the Empire State Building, show him the Statue of Liberty, take him on a harbor cruise, or up the Hudson River, get one of those dinner cruises, do everything you can possibly do in New York, and then get the heck out of New York and relocate to a state that doesn't tax the living daylights out of you. Okay? California and New York and Texas have got have got insane property taxes. California and New York have got insane income taxes. California has got the highest income tax rate in the United States of America. If you live in California, you're giving away most of your money to the government so they can go spend it on their whatever garbage they spend it on. If you live in California and if you live in New York, my recommendation is you find a new place to live other than there. If you live in California, look at Nevada. It's tax friendly. If you live in Nevada, you don't pay taxes on your income there except to the federal government. Francois, look at that super chat from Francois. Always supporting this channel, Francois. You get a Mountain Dew salute, Francois, for that fantastic. Forever grateful. We're forever grateful for you guys too. I just want to see you get your visas. I want to see you get your green cards. I want to make sure you don't make any stupid mistakes. Okay, so you don't get immigration problems. And the Francois' immigration attorney wanted what she called for information, and the immigration attorney wanted $450 for a phone call. Well, you can come on this channel. It's totally free. I've got just as much knowledge. 2 super chats, man. Francois, that's 2 super chats. Francois, congratulations, Karina, on your work permit.
Yeah.
Karina says thank you. She wants to go do something. She wants to go to work and do something. She said she wants to buy me a new calculator. Karina said, my calculator, I need a new calculator. I mean, this one's what 40 years old? Solar powered. I mean, it's climate friendly, right? She wants to go to work. And she said she wants to buy me a calculator and she wants to buy me a new chair because this one squeaks. I'm like, I've had this chair for 10 years. Let's see here. I'm glad, Francois. We're glad you found the channel. Okay, Karina's idea. I had a channel about I had a cooking channel. I like cooking. I had a cooking channel, and then I was in Colombia, and I started a channel about Colombia. So Karina said, no, just make a channel about immigration, help people with green cards and K1 visas. There's people out there, they don't know how to do it. And I said, okay, and here it is. K Messenger, this process is like getting your dolphins. Yeah, K Messenger. Now, when people don't understand that, what K Messenger is saying is getting your dolphins. K Messenger was a submarine sailor. He was served on fleet ballistic missile submarines. When you serve on a fleet ballistic missile submarine, you got to get qualified on that submarine. You got to know everything about that submarine. Once you know everything about the submarine, you go in front of a board of people, fellow submariners, and they test you for about 3 hours. And then you take a test and a big exam. And if you pass the test, you get your dolphins. That's what K Messenger is talking about. Okay? So K Messenger has got he puts on his military uniform, his dolphins, which says he's qualified in submarines. It's very hard to get. But when you get qualified in submarines, you can put an abbreviation after your name. Let me see. Angel Tate, hi Diego, how soon can we apply for Social Security? As soon as you get off the plane. But you got to have the I-94. If you want to get your Social Security number, not Social Security benefits, if you want to get your Social Security number, you got to have your I-94, your K-1, and your passport. You go to the Social Security office and you say, here's my I-94, here's my passport, I want to get my Social Security card. They will send it to you in the mail in about 10 days from Baltimore, Maryland, but it's only good for 90 days. Okay? When you get your green card, you go back to Social Security office and say, here's my green card, or in Janice Jefferson's case, here's my work permit, and they will then change your status from I-94, 90-day temporary, to legal permanent residence. Okay? Social Security want to see that. They want to see you are a legal permanent resident. Okay? Denise Jefferson, the application for adjustment of status was in the I-864, the affidavit of support, was included as part of the I-469. What is the I-469? And in a separate envelope with the same docs. Was yours overkill like that? No. When I helped Karina put a green card package together, she had one 485. She had one 864. She had one work permit application. Okay. She had one 693 medical exam and vaccination documents. And then we put all of the evidence in there, the marriage certificate, photos of our wedding, photos going back to when we were in Colombia 4 years ago together, 4 years ago, pictures of, being, we went to a little town in northern Florida, and I took pictures there and put those in there. She was on the gas bill, the water bill, the electric bill. She's on the title to the car, the deed to the house. She's got a BJ's card. She's going to get a Sam's Club card probably here soon also. We put together a strong green card application, but we didn't repeat all that with the I-864. So we had this packet right here. So right here is the file, is the folder. Okay, these are all my tax returns. This is the folder. In the folder for her green card was the check. First, it was the check. All right. Then it was the G1145. Then it was the 485. Then it was the 864. Then it was the 693. Then it was my tax return, my tax transcripts, and W2. 1099s. I don't have any W2s, etc. And then it was the evidence of the photos, the marriage certificate, and then it was the pictures together, etc., etc., etc. Okay. And that was one package. That was it. Okay. And then the work permit was in a separate binder, in a separate folder. Okay. And we put it together and mailed it off. Angel Tate, you can apply for your Social Security card as soon as you get your I-94, and then as soon as you get the I-94, you can do it. Was that overkill? We just put everything in one binder. It was from Office Depot, just like I explained it. Francois Livingston, do they still make calculators? Look at that. This is a cool calculator. It runs off solar. Okay, I don't have to change any batteries. So, but Karina wants to get me a new one. I want to buy you a new one. When I go to work, I'm going to buy you a new calculator. I said, okay. And, huh? Right. That's great. Denise Jefferson's talking to Francois. She's responding to do they still make calculators? I use this calculator to figure out my taxes, to all kinds of stuff for 40 freaking years. Denise Jefferson, also, we needed our marriage certificate to get Social Security number. Okay, there you go. So in Utah, you got to have your marriage certificate to get your Social Security number. In Florida, you don't. In Florida, you just need the I-94 and your K-1 visa. But in Utah, you got to have a marriage certificate also. But Karina brought her marriage certificate to get her. When she applied for her Social Security card, Karina brought the marriage certificate with her, plus her I-94, plus her K-1 visa. She got her Social Security card in about 10 days. And we included that in the green card application. Angel Mercia, hola Diego, bendición, gracias Angel, también para ti igual, sí, correcto. Igual, bien, gracias. Angel Tate, wow, the social security number expires after 90 days. Relax, hold on. I thought it was taking a long time to get the green card. Do we have to consistently renew the social security number? Now, Angel Tate, listen to me. You go down to the Social Security office with your I-94, bring your marriage certificate and your passport with the K-1, apply for your Social Security card. Social Security officer is going to say, this is only good for 90 days. Don't panic, because Homeland Security takes longer than 90 days to process a green card or a work permit. Immigration take a long time. Social Security knows this, but they got to say this. It's only good for 90 days. Okay, whoop-de-doo. When your green card comes in, you go back to the Social Security Administration and they update your status to legal permanent residence. They're not going to cancel your Social Security number because it's expired. Because they know it takes longer than 90 days to get a freaking green card. Right? The process is crazy, right? Social Security says it's good for 90 days. Well, let's say this. Let's suppose you come to the United States and you apply for your Social Security number. And then after 30 days, you decide you don't like living in the United States. You can't stand it. You don't like it here. You don't like your new American, your sponsor, your American citizen sponsor. You don't like him or her. You don't get along. Okay, he's an earth sign and she's a water sign, and you join together and you create mud. And then she says, or he says, I'm going back to my home country. I'm not going to live in America. But that person's got a Social Security number. That's where it applies to him or her that it's only good for 90 days. So once that person gets on a plane and flies back home to wherever, the Homeland Security is going to know the person left, because an I-94 is going to be created by the Border Patrol when that person leaves the United States without adjusting status to green card. So after 90 days, the Social Security number is terminated. But if you come to America and you get married and you apply for a green card and everything works out just peachy cream, the Social Security office is going to say to you, this is only good for 90 days. But they know, and you know, it takes longer than 90 days to get a green card. So the Social Security Administration will not cancel out your Social Security number after 90 days, just so long as you are still in America and you got married. You got it? Relax on this. It's like the NOA-2 letter. The NOA-2 letter says it's only good for 4 months. Is it? It is if you don't maintain contact with immigration. It's the same thing. Relax. Angel, you've got this. All right? Don't sweat the... Karina has got her Social Security number. She's got a Social Security card. When she gets her work permit in her hand, we're going to drive back down to Social Security Administration and we're going to change her status to legal permanent resident. They're going to go on the computer and change it. And then she'll get a new Social Security card with her married name on it, not her maiden name. The Social Security number is not going to change. That's your number for life. Your alien registration number on your NOA-2 letter, that's your alien number for life. So when you apply for U.S. citizenship, listen, you're getting ready to apply for U.S. citizenship. When you fill out the paperwork for the N-400 for U.S. citizenship, they ask you, what's your Social Security number? There it is. They ask you, what's your alien registration number? Oh man, my alien registration number. I don't know what it is. It's on your NOA-2 letter. All right? It's on your NOA-2 letter. Don't lose your NOA-2 letter. Keep it for eternity, because you're going to need the information off of it. Okay? You're going to need the information. Francois, I'm just kidding, Diego. No, come on, hang out with us and joke around. That's why we're here. We're going to make this process easy, stress-free, and fun, right? Angel Tate, since my husband will have the work permit and the Social Security number expires after 90 days. Listen, Angel, when he gets the work permit, you go back to Social Security office and you change the status. Okay? Here's the work. I'll use my 40-year-old calculator. This is the work permit. Okay, it's got Karina's name right here, work permit. It looks just like a green card. She's going to go back to Social Security. She's going to present her green card or her work permit. Immigration, the Social Security office will change her status to legal permanent residency. Relax. He can still work even if the Social Security number has expired because he's still in America waiting for the work permit, waiting for the green card. It's all good. Especially since it will have limits on the conditions. When you get the Social Security card, it says by work authorization only by Homeland Security. What does that mean? It means you can't work without a work permit and or green card. That's what it means. But when you get the green card, go back to the Social Security office and change the status. Change your status. Denise Jefferson, yes, the 485, it included the app for the 864. So you got the 485, the 864. We also submitted an 864. You submitted two 864s. You only needed one. But if you submitted two, they will take the extra one and shred it. So overkill based upon another video. Well, you're watching too much stuff, Denise. You're going to get a headache watching all these immigration videos. You only need one 864. So you submitted an 864 affidavit of support. You only needed to submit one. Okay. Now, if you have a joint sponsor, the joint sponsor has to submit an 864 also. So the only time you're going to put two 864s in a green card package is if you have one for the sponsor and one for the joint sponsor. That's it. So we filed for the 485. Yeah, that's good. 864. Okay. The 765, the work permit. And remnants of 864 and 485. Don't worry about it. No, you're not going to get an RFE. They'll figure it out and they'll just shred the stuff they don't need. Excuse me, Denise, relax. You good? You're good. Angel Tate, Denise, did you apply for authorization to travel? That's advanced parole. Don't waste your money on advanced parole. It's $630. And it's a risky document. It's not a guaranteed return ticket to the United States. It's not a guarantee, guys. Angel Tate, I understand, Diego. Thank you. Okay. Denise Jefferson, so my beneficiary is currently a temporary permanent resident. Upon approval, status will change to legal permanent resident. Correct. You got it. Everything's good. Your husband, Denise, your husband is in status. He's in status. His I-94 is expired. Okay. His Social Security number is only good for 90 days. Okay. But he is in status. When he gets his work permit, go back to the Social Security office and change his status to legal permanent resident. Social Security Administration is not going to cancel out anybody's Social Security number. The only time the Social Security office will terminate a Social Security number is if a beneficiary comes to America and they don't get married. She goes or he goes and gets a Social Security number. They don't get married. It doesn't work out. Boo-hoo. Okay, buy me a box of Kleenex. It doesn't work out. The beneficiary goes back home. Homeland Security gets the I-94. Okay, this person has left the United States. Okay, they left before they adjusted status. What does that mean? That means they can't come back to the United States without reapplying for the benefit from the beginning. They didn't get an advanced parole document. What does it mean? They can't come back to America. Homeland Security notifies Social Security Administration this Social Security number is no longer valid. The person left and abandoned the process. But if you are in America and you are waiting for your green card, you are in status as long as you got married within 90 days. You got it? Come on, guys. Tell me you're not going to stress this, right? Karina, her Social Security number is expired, but it hasn't. It hasn't. She's waiting on her work permit. When it gets here, we're going to go back downtown and get the status changed for her. So Denise, everything's good, okay? The guy with the bow tie. Ah, Tokyo has a bow tie also. Aquí está. No, en español no recuerdo el nombre. Guata? Okay. The guy with the bow tie. Does she need a travel visa? And then can I get a K1 visa here? Does who need a travel visa? Who? Does she need a travel visa? Who? Who? And then can I get a K1 visa here? So let me try to decipher the guy with the bow tie's message to me. You have an American citizen sponsor, and you want to know if she can get a tourist visa to come to the United States. I'm trying to figure you out. So your girlfriend. Okay, your girlfriend. Okay. Hold on. The guy with the bow tie. I have a question. I recently got paid for a passport for a Colombian in Rio Chacha. I recently paid for a passport for a Colombian. Well, Colombia is in South Carolina. Colombia, that's the capital of South Carolina. Now, Colombia with an O is in South America. Don't be making our Colombian friends get mad if you spell the name of their country wrong. So, the guy with the bow tie. I have a question. I recently paid for a passport for a Colombian in Rio Chacha. Okay, so your girlfriend. So you bought your girlfriend a Colombian passport. You can do that. The guy with the bow tie. Does she need a travel visa? And then can I get a K1 visa here? So your girlfriend lives in Colombia, right? And you want to see her and you want her to bring her to America as a tourist. She's going to have to get a B2 tourist visa. What's the wait time for a tourist visa at the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia? About 2 years. It's going to take 2 years to get a freaking tourist visa to go from Colombia to the United States. It's about 600-day wait. Okay? But she can get a tourist visa if you want to wait 2 years for her to get it. How long does a travel visa take? 2 years. Does she need a travel visa? She doesn't need a travel visa for you to apply for the K1. This is what you're going to do, guy with a bow tie. You're going to fly to Colombia and you're going to go spend all this time with your girlfriend in Colombia. And then you are going to apply for her K1 visa. You're not going to put her through a 2-year headache trying to get a tourist visa to come to America. By the time you get the tourist visa, she would already have her K1 visa approved. It takes 6 to 9 months to get a K1 visa approved. Then you got to go to the National Visa Center. Then it goes to the embassy in Bogota. So forget the tourist visa. Just put it out of your head because it's not happening. It's quicker to file for a K1. Okay? Does she need a travel visa to come to America? Yes. I don't know if it is safe in Rio Chacha. It's safe in Rio Chacha. Bogota is safe. Colombia is safe. You've been watching these channels on YouTube where Colombia is a dangerous place and Colombia is safer than freaking Chicago. It's on the frontier with Venezuela. Mm-hmm. It's safe. It's safer there than it is in Chicago. Okay? So, guy with a bow tie, go to Colombia, go hang out on the border. I've been to the border with Venezuela. I put my little foot. I was on the border. I was in Colombia and his Venezuela, and I stuck my pinky toe into Venezuela, and the Colombian immigration were looking at me. The Venezuelan mafia were looking at me, and they're like looking at me. But I'm in Colombian clothes. I dressed like I'm a Colombian. I got my other hat on, and I didn't say nothing to me. I said, stupid Colombian, right? But I mean, I was at the front. I was in a hotel on the border with Venezuela. I wasn't scared. It was nice. It was nice and warm. It's not dangerous. The State Department's, the U.S. State, when I was in Colombia, the U.S. State Department put out an email. I got an email from them. Right here at this location, there's going to be a massive protest. It's going to be very dangerous. Don't go there. So what do? Come on, Karina, let's go see this protest. Let's go see how dangerous it is. So we went to this protest. There were 6 people. I'm like, what the heck is this? There were 6 people protesting something, I don't know, about pensions or something. And I'm like, seriously? Don't believe everything you read or write. Don't believe everything you hear or see on TV about Colombia. Because most of the time it's all baloney. So the guy with the bow tie, good job on buying your girlfriend a passport. Now go see her in Colombia. Go hang out in her town. Go eat dinner with her. Keep all your receipts. Date her. Go there. Go spend a month there. I lived in Colombia for 2.5 years, man. The worst thing that happened to me was I got sick from the mountain sickness. So let's see here. Denise Jefferson, my husband insisted on doing the package himself. Well, I would have said, okay, go ahead and do the package yourself, but let me check it. Make sure you check it over. I'm still itching. Okay, hang in there. Denise, you're good. The guy with the bow tie, does she need a travel visa to come to America? Yes. It's going to take 2 years to get it. Forget about it. Put it in the back of your head. Buy your plane ticket. Fly to Bogota. From Bogota, fly to ¿dónde?
Río Hacha.
To Rio Hacha.
La Guajira.
¿Aeropuerto nombre?
No recuerdo.
Cúcuta, cerca?
No.
It's muy lejos. Okay. My wife said it was probably a bus, autobus.
Bogotá, otro aeropuerto.
Karina said there's an airport near your town on the frontier with Venezuela. Fly to Bogota, change planes, go visit her in her town, and spend a month with her and keep all the evidence. Is it safe? Yes, it's safe in Rio Hacha. Rio Hacha?
Mm-hmm.
Karina's like, it is as long as you don't dress like an American. Don't walk around with a Trump 2024 t-shirt on. Okay? Don't walk around with a Biden 2024 t-shirt on. Don't walk around with the stars and stripes and I'm an American. Wear clothes of Colombia. Wear Colombian clothes. Get you like a Colombian hat. Blend in with the community. Okay? And don't be flashing money around. And don't wear any jewelry. Take it off. Okay? Right. Just, you got to be poor. You got to look poor. Okay? I'm walking around Bogota, Colombia. People were giving me pesos. Oh, you need some food? You got me, right? Okay. Denise Jefferson to Angel Tate. The Rosses are not fans of the employment authorization document. Not now. It costs money. But we are inspired by their timeline. It's 46 days. That's correct. And decided to take our chances and get it to work sooner. Yeah. And Denise, it costs you $260. I can't remember how much it is for the work permit now. But you get the work permit within about 40-something days, 40, 50 days, somewhere in there. Go down to the Social Security office in Utah where you live, update his status, change his status with the work permit. And then when he gets his green card in about 4 months, go back to the Social Security office again and change his status again. All right? And then the Social Security office knows it's going to take longer than 90 days to get a green card. They know. They're not going to cancel your Social Security number, but they got to tell you it's only good for 90 days. Because you might come to America, Mr. Beneficiary, Miss Beneficiary, and you don't like it here. You're here for 30 days and you say, forget this, and you fly back home to your home country. But you have a Social Security number. Well, Homeland Security know you left the country because an I-94 gets generated. Okay? Social Security Administration is going to be notified you left the country by Homeland Security because of the I-94, and then they will cancel out that number. That's all it means. Basically, the U.S. government is giving you 90 days to see if you like it here or not. Do you like it in America? You got 90 days to decide. Okay? Karina loves it. She may not like this hot weather. Es muy caliente. The hot weather, she said sometimes her battery goes a little low because it's so hot. But that's Florida. All right? America's a big place. You know? We don't necessarily have to stay in Florida. Right? There you go. Caleb, hey, too. Nice hat, Diego. Me gusta. Gracias. A me gusta también. Karina compra para mí en Cartagena, regalo para mí. I watched Karina's negotiating skills on the streets of Cartagena. And there's a movie called Romancing the Stone, right, with Michael Douglas, right? Have you guys seen that movie, Romancing the Stone? In that movie, Romancing the Stone, they say this movie was all about where? Cartagena, Colombia. But it's a total fabrication. Romancing the Stone is all about the jungles of Colombia and the city of Cartagena. But the movie Romancing the Stone was filmed in Mexico. They didn't even get near Colombia. You know why? Because the lady and the gentleman, Michael Douglas and the actress, I can't remember her name, they were scared to be in Colombia because of the cartel. Oh, I don't want to go to Colombia. It's this scary place. You know how the woke Hollywood crowd are? You know, they got no backbone, right? Just my opinion. If you like Hollywood, then don't be offended. But the Hollywood crowd made this movie, Romancing the Stone, all about Colombia and the jungles of Colombia, and they had never even got near Colombia. It was filmed in Mexico. Anyway, it's safer in freaking Colombia than Chicago. Denise is talking about the work permit. Let me hit this arrow thing here. Make sure I don't miss it. Okay, Karina, you're going to have to help me out. Okay, Karina. Denise is talking to Angel. I'm not fans of the work permit now because you got to pay for it. That's correct. But we were inspired by their timeline, 46 days. Yeah, 46 days. Boom. And decided to take our chance at getting to work sooner than later. Great capitalist decision. Denise is investing that money in the work permit so she can get her husband out of the house and get him to work. And I like that. It's a good decision. Antonio, when we apply for the adjustment of status and the work permit, do we separate payments or combine no, you combine it. It's all one check. If you separate the payments, if you write a check for the adjustment of status and then write a check for the work permit, it's all going to be sent back to you because it's going to be incorrect. The price is not going to be right. So you combine it. Angel Tate, what is the process of getting a driver's license? My husband has a Jamaica's driver's license. Well, let me see. I had an Italian driver's license. I had a British driver's license. I got a British, an Italian, and I decided against getting a Colombian driver's license because I wasn't going to drive in Bogota because I value my life. Okay? What's the process? Having a Jamaican driver's license is irrelevant. In America, it's irrelevant. If you are in a green card application, the Jamaican driver's license is no longer good. You got to get a U.S. driver's license. When I had a visa to live in Colombia, I was not allowed to drive on my U.S. driver's license in Colombia. They told me I got to get a Colombian driver's license. I said, you guys are out of your mind. They said, well, you're not a tourist. You are a permanent resident. Well, a 1-year resident. I only stayed 11 months. I didn't go past a year. But they said, you can't drive here. I said, okay. In America, do not drive on the streets of America unless you have a U.S. driver's license. Okay? If you are in the middle of a green card process and you start driving on a Jamaican driver's license and you get into a car accident, your green card is in jeopardy. Okay? The police is going to file a report. You're driving without a U.S. driver's license. He doesn't have a tourist visa. He has a K1 visa, which is an I-94 for permanent residency. You cannot drive in America with your foreign driver's license if you are working for a green card. You can't. Now, if you come to the United States on a B2 tourist visa, knock yourself out. You are legally able to drive in America on a tourist visa on your foreign license, but not if you're waiting for a green card. If you get into an accident, if you cause an accident that causes serious problems for an American on a foreign driver's license, Homeland Security is going to hear about it. And if it's a major accident that involves major dinero, somebody gets killed, your green card will be denied and you will be on the next plane back to wherever country it is you came from. Do not drive without a U.S. driver's license. Let me see here. Candy Caramel. Hi, Diego. My interview is on the 13th in Abu Dhabi. Who goes to work at 7 a.m.? By 7 a.m. Who goes to work at 7 a.m.? Immigration do. They have shifts. They work in shift work. LOL. And yes, thanks for the suggestion for my daughter's medical. I have done it in Nigeria, and surprisingly, they have already sent her medical results to Abu Dhabi. Thanks for a lot of all your encouragement. Candy, I'm going to give you a Mountain Dew salute because I have saved your 11-year-old child from being left behind in where? Nigeria, right? You thought that your daughter was going to be left behind because you didn't apply for her K2, when technically what you didn't do was you filed your DS-160 and you said you were not going to be traveling with anybody because your daughter didn't have her passport. Okay, so you got your daughter her passport, and then you asked me, what do I do? How do I fix this major problem? Well, you resubmitted the DS-160. You said you were traveling with your daughter. You submitted a DS-160 for your daughter. You paid the visa fee for your daughter. Boom, everything came together. You got her medical exam done. It's been sent to the embassy in Abu Dhabi. Everything's coming together. And very soon, you're going to have your K1 visa. Your daughter's going to have her K2 visa. And you're going to get on a plane and fly to America. But 3 months ago, you didn't think you were going to bring your daughter with you. But I'm glad you found this channel because we fixed it, right? We fixed it for you. The guy with the bow tie, thanks. Yeah, Candy, that's good. They got the embassy in Abu Dhabi have it. Fantastic. Get the guy with the bow tie, thanks. Guy with the bow tie. Get on a plane, fly to Colombia, Bogota. Get on a plane, fly to your girlfriend's, to the airport close to her house, and go have a fantastic time in Colombia. Dress like a Colombian. Don't wear any jewelry. Don't carry any cash with you when you go out, okay? Put your wallet, lock it up in your girlfriend's house. Don't bring your credit cards with you except for one to pay for dates. Make sure you got 2 credit cards. One, in case one gets stolen, you got another one as a backup. Now, I was in Colombia for 2.5 years. I never had one problem. 0. Never a problem. Why? Because people thought I was Colombian. I didn't speak much. I didn't say much. I'm on the Transmillennial. I didn't say much. Okay. And I speak Spanish. So if I got a question from somebody, I spoke Spanish. And they looked at me like, man, you're a gringo, right? I said, yeah. And that was it. Take you a vacation, guy with bow tie. Go to Colombia, spend a month with your girlfriend, and keep all the evidence of your trip. The boarding passes, get pictures with her family and her friends. Take her out to dinner every day, and keep all the receipts. Candy, Angel Tate to Denise. Thank you. He's been driving as much as he can, and he's doing great. Driving where? Hopefully not in America. Hopefully. Candy Caramel. Hi, Diego. My fiance is suggesting a honeymoon in Hawaii, but I'm sure I can't leave the USA till I have the green card. You can go to Hawaii. Hawaii is the 50th state of America. Hawaii. Did you watch the TV show back in the 70s called Hawaii Five-0? Why did they call that movie or that TV show with James McGarrett Hawaii Five-0? Because Hawaii is the 50th state in the Union. Hawaii Five-0, the 50th state. You can go to Hawaii on vacation, but this is what you got to be careful of. What if the plane gets diverted? You're flying from San Diego or Los Angeles to Hawaii. What if the plane has problems and you get diverted somewhere that's a foreign country? Don't leave the plane. Don't leave the board. Don't leave the immigration area. That's when the problems will occur, okay? But the chances of that happening is probably 0. So if you want to go to Hawaii for your honeymoon, go to Hawaii for your honeymoon. You can do that. It's not going to hurt you. Denise Jefferson, Diego, I absolutely went over all 3 packages with a fine-tooth comb. I knew you would, Denise. I knew you was going to do that. But I agree that he should have tried harder to find the info in your videos to save him some work. He needs to subscribe. No, he doesn't have to do that. Guys, This is your channel, okay? I never ask you to subscribe to this channel because it's your channel. Why would I do that? It's like, it's like a panhandler. It's like a panhandler. Subscribe to my channel. No, I don't do that. I never say that. It's when I watch a YouTube channel and the first thing they say is, I want you to subscribe to my channel, I don't watch that channel. Why would I want to? Why? Why are you telling me to subscribe to your channel? I haven't even watched your freaking video yet. If I like the channel, if I like the videos, I will subscribe. You don't have to ask me to. So I never say it. Okay? You'll never hear me say it. Caleb, Candy, Hawaii is in America. That's correct. Vanessa Robles, hi Diego and Karina. My husband requested a social security number when he applied for the work permit. Once approved for the work permit, will he receive the social security card in the mail at the same time? Well, you cannot request a social security number with the work permit. You can only apply for a social security number for the green card. So what he actually did, this is what he actually did, was he applied for his green card, and right here, I think it's on page 4. I'm trying to remember. I know these forms like the back of my hand. Okay. But right here on page 2 of the 485, right here, that's where he applied for his social security number when he applied for the green card. When Homeland Security get the green card application, they will contact the Social Security Administration, who will then send him a social security card. That's how it works. Once approved for the work permit, no. Once approved for the green card, will he receive the social security card in the mail at the same time? No. The Social Security Administration has got nothing to do with Homeland Security. Homeland Security will mail the green card. The Social Security Administration will mail the Social Security card. So you're going to get 2 envelopes. You're going to get an envelope with the green card in it. Hopefully you don't get another visa interview. And then you're going to get an envelope with the Social Security card in it. Mohammed. Hey, Diego and Karina, we got our visa approved April 16th. I'm out of Mountain Dew, but you're going to get a Mountain Dew salute. Not issued yet. What should we do? That was good right there. I tell you, it was cold, but now it's warm.
Yeah.
Oh, lo siento. Bam, I'm knocking Karina out with a Mountain Dew bottle. We got our visa approved. Not issued yet. It's April 16th. It's May 9th. So you went to what country? What country are you talking about? Where are you at? You got to remind me. Remember, I need help with memory. So tell me what country, and I'll give you the answer. Emily, my interview, Morocco. It takes 3 to 4 weeks to get a visa, a passport back from Morocco at Casablanca. 3 weeks, 4 weeks, somewhere like that. April 16th, so May 16th. So you're still within the window of time. You'll get it. Emily, my interview is on May 24th in Nairobi, which is in Kenya. I am bringing my fiance's 2023 1040 tax return and W-2. The tax transcripts are not available. Not yet. Is it a problem? No. I couldn't get my tax transcripts for Karina's. I filed for I paid my taxes in January of 2024. Okay? So that way Biden can continue his vacations to Delaware. All right? And Nancy Pelosi can continue her vacations. And the Republicans continue to send money to wherever they send money. All right? I don't like Republicans and I don't like Democrats. They're all part of the same ball of wax. They take my money and they waste it. I couldn't get my tax transcript. Karina's work permit got approved. All I submitted was the 1040, the 1099, and a letter. I put a letter of explanation in there saying I couldn't get my tax transcript. They signed it. It's all good. You can't get it. You probably can't get a tax transcript till July for 2023 taxes. I had a question for the IRS yesterday, and I called the IRS. I said, hey, I got connected and I made it after about 20 minutes to a person. I said, I got a question. And this lady said, I got to send you to another number. So she sent me to another number. And that person said, I'm sorry, we're busy. We can't take your call till tomorrow. I'm done with the IRS. I mean, I hope whoever the next president is straightens out our government and its functionality. Angel Tate, I didn't know he couldn't drive. I thought it's because we didn't submit the adjustment of status paperwork. It was okay. No, Angel, don't drive. He's not here as a tourist. He's here as a green card applicant. There's a big difference, okay? A huge difference. In Colombia, as a tourist, I can drive all day long on my on my Florida driver's license. When I had an M visa, I became a resident temporarily. I wasn't allowed to drive on my Florida driver's license. I had to get a Colombian driver's license. There's no way I'm going to get a Colombian driver's license. I got a British one, I got an Italian one, but I'm not going to get a Colombian one. Mohammed, just give it another couple of weeks on your visa, okay? You're good. Emily M, you're good. You don't need the tax transcripts for 2023 tax returns. You can't get them till probably July at the latest. Angel Tate, tell your beneficiary to do not drive in America until he gets a U.S. driver's license. Okay? I'm trying to save him from a big nightmare if he gets into an accident. Mohammed, they asked to go to the travel docs, and I did, but they have the passport number wrong at the travel docs. Okay? Well, as long as the passport number is correct when you go and pick up your passport, you're good. Candy Caramel, yes, Diego, you are a fixer. Well, I appreciate, we fixed a lot of stuff, guys. I fixed a lot of problems for folks, okay? And it's just because I got all this experience. I mean, that's the reason. I didn't go through immigration attorney school, okay? I've been through the school of hard knocks. And our cat Tokyo, he's trying to climb under this desk, this computer desk. He's looking around. I don't know what he's doing, but he's just bored, I guess. So he wants to climb inside here and look at all my documents. Kimberly Reviews. Hello, Kimberly. What's going on? What are you reviewing, Kimberly? You got to remind everybody what you review. I think isn't it movies or something or books? Candy Caramel. I'm flying from Hawaii. What you meant to say is you're flying to Hawaii from Seattle. Never been to the USA, don't know. Candy. Mohammed is in Morocco. And Kayla says, Candy, sometimes I forget. And Ja is Spanish for like LOL. Obi-Wan. Now, this is a Star Wars supporter right here. Obi-Wan. Tokyo, you crying like a baby to come in. Look, can you see him? Look. You see Tokyo? Look. I can't get it on the camera. He wants to leave. I mean, look, seriously? Tokyo, let him out. He cries to come in and he cries to leave. He gets his 5 minutes on YouTube and then he wants to go play. Obi-Wan, hi Diego. My fiance got a 221G because she forgot her medical exam paperwork during her interview. Don't forget it. Don't forget stuff like that. They told her she passed, but she just needed to mail the paperwork. How long should I expect this to take? I don't know where you are. What country? Obi-Wan. I don't know where you are. What country? Estelle Lemogoon. It's not Andrew Tate, Mr. Diego. What's not? I don't understand. Denise Jefferson. So, Diego, you just submitted 2021, 2022. No, I submitted for the green card application for Karina. I submitted on the 485. They only asked me for how much money I made in 2021. They asked me how much money did I make in 2023, 2022, and 2021. I only submitted my 2023 tax return, my 1099, and a letter of explanation why I didn't have a tax transcript. I didn't include my 1040s or my tax transcripts for 2022 or 2021. Wasn't required for the green card application. For the green card application, I included my 2023 1040, my 1099, a letter as to why I didn't get my tax transcript. I included, and then I wrote how much money I made in 2022 and how much money I made in 2021. But I didn't include the tax transcripts or the tax returns because it's not required. When you apply for a green card, they only want to see one tax return, the one that you just submitted. If you can't get the tax transcript, don't worry about it. Sometimes you can't get them. But when you apply for the K-1 visa and you go to the visa interview at the embassy, that's when you need 3 years worth of tax returns and tax transcripts. If you can't get the transcript, don't worry about it. But always write a letter of explanation. Why? Let me see. So did I submit 2020? No. When Karina and I filed for her green card, I put the package together with our translator. I only included my 2023 1040 and my 1099. And then I just documented how much I made in 2022 and 2021, but I didn't include any paperwork. They don't want to see it. It's not necessary. Denise Jefferson, my husband got a DL, driver's license, but I don't recommend it as he's having a hard time with the fact that we obey the rules here. I don't want him in my car, so we get him in a car. So we got to get him a car. However, insurance is ridiculous. Here's what I say, Denise: you got to be a taxi for him until he gets confident in America, and learns how to drive in America. When I was stationed in the Navy, I was stationed in Sicily, Italy for 3 years. When I had an Isuzu Rodeo. I shipped my car to Sicily. The U.S. government shipped my car to Sicily from Charleston, South Carolina. It took 3 months. I picked up my car from the port in Sicily, in Cartagena, Sicily, and I drove from Sicily. I drove my car home to where I lived on base. Italians don't obey the rules of the road. If it's a red light, okay, they're going to drive crazy over there. So after I drove in Italy for 3 years, I drove very carefully. I never had any issues. When I got my orders back to the United States, I got orders to, let me see, where did I go from Sicily? I got orders to New Mexico. I had to go through a 2-hour class on how to drive in America. So the U.S. government knew I'd been in Sicily, Italy for 3 years, driving my Isuzu Rodeo. They put me through a 2 or 3 hour class saying, listen, when you get back to America, you can't drive like you're in Sicily. You can't drive like the locals because you're going to get in trouble. So your husband, Denise, needs to learn how to drive in America. Okay? He can do it. Obi-Wan is in Tokyo, Japan. There are 2 embassies in Tokyo. Well, there are 2 places you can get a K-1 visa in Tokyo. She mailed in Japan. She mailed the paperwork that same day. Okay, so give it 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, give it 2 weeks for them to adjudicate it. Angel Tate talking to Denise. Does he have his own insurance? No, he's probably on Denise's. Denise, again, we have to focus on your video solely as we have made a lot of mistakes in the submission. Hopefully having more documents than necessary do not result in an RFE. No, if you doubled up on the documents, don't worry about it. Immigration will take care of it. Okay. Kimberly reviews. I live in North Carolina. Is the New Orleans the closest place for fingerprints? No. If you live in North Carolina, you're probably going to go somewhere close to where you live. We live in the Panhandle of Florida, so we had to go for our biometrics. Well, I didn't. Karina had to go for biometrics in New Orleans because that was the closest place. If you live in North Carolina, you're going to probably go to somewhere in North Carolina for your biometrics, not to New Orleans. Emily M., is it true that nowadays USCIS rarely calls K-1 visa immigrants in for green card interview? It depends on how good of a green card package you put together. How long is it taking on average to get a green card in the hand? 4 months. I will be applying in California. Los Angeles is where, if you're going to be applying in California, your green card package is going to go to Phoenix, Arizona. But California, okay, likes to interview people. Immigration in the Los Angeles USCIS office likes to interview people. But if you put together a strong green card application with a ton of evidence, with unbelievable evidence, more than likely you won't have to go to a visa interview. But if you do, it's going to be in Los Angeles, okay? Mr. Somebody, hi guys, we followed your advice and we got a K1 approved today. You guys are awesome. I'm out of Mountain Dew. I threw the bottle over here. I hit Karina in the shoulder. But you're getting a Mountain Dew salute, Mr. Somebody, for getting your K1 visa approved. Denise Jefferson, Angel Tate Insurance will not even consider him until he has been driving for 3 years. Woof! We had to get a separate policy, so now we have 2 insurance companies. Well, Denise, make sure you keep that information. Hopefully you included that in the green card paperwork, because that's strong evidence of you guys being together, although immigration would much rather see you guys on the same insurance policy, not separate. Okay, guys, I've been talking for 1 hour and 30 minutes, and Mohammed says, thank you. Rohit, hi Diego, can you make a video on how to assemble file when sending it to USCIS for adjustment of status? I already made 3 videos on how to do it. Update. I did. I just made a video about it 2 days ago. Are you supposed to add pins or binders or staples? No pins, no staples. Use document protectors. Just use document protectors. Do not staple anything together. If you got all your stuff stapled together, immigration's going to spend the next 10 minutes tearing it apart with staple pullers. That just slows down the process, guys. You want to speed it up. Rohit, you submit your green card application in a Office Depot binder and document protectors. Francois, you need to get more Mountain Dew for all the success stories. Tomorrow, mañana. Tomorrow, what is it? Friday? It's Friday. Tomorrow's Friday. I'm not going to do any videos tomorrow. I'm not going to do any live streams tomorrow. We're going to go to Walmart, get some Mountain Dew. We're going to do something other than we're going to go somewhere. Yeah, Karina wants to sit in the car where the AC is cold. Denise Jefferson, thank you, Diego and Karina, for the extra live chat. See you guys on Saturday. Denise, see you Saturday. Denise gets the last word. Francois, everybody, we're out of here.